I teach digital video production, and one of my main tools is this phone. While phones and social media are awesome, their misuse, however, can have life-altering consequences. These are real stories. This talk used to land perfectly with my 10th graders. Now I'm finding that students are making these mistakes in middle school. And I'd like to help you out and catch that before it happens. Let me start with my first cautionary tale. This is probably the most famous and the only one I don't know personally. A group of newly accepted college students started a private Facebook group to get to know each other better and have a little fun. They started sharing memes, the more shocking the better, or so they thought. The Facebook group began posting extremely explicit, racist, and anti-Semitic memes. The school found out about the group and investigated. All the participating students had their offers rescinded. The school was Harvard. Cautionary tale number 2. Is texting someone actually private? Well, do high school friends last forever? Then you may know where this one's going. You're frustrated or just, being a regular teenager, and your friends, and you are texting back and forth, and perhaps something gets a little threatening and you start threatening a classmate or a teacher or an administrator, and you really think nothing of it. But when that friend is no longer your friend, but your newly formed mortal enemy, and they've taken screenshots of all those threatening messages, and the next thing you know, the police are at your door and they're searching your house and they're calling you out of class and they're calling your parents and an investigation ensues and your classes are all changed and in some cases, you're even removed from the school. Maybe even charges are filed against you. Cautionary tale number 3. You've done everything right. You've got great grades. You're a high school athlete, and a college reaches out to you to come for a weekend visit to check out their program and to talk to you about scholarship opportunities. It's awesome. While you're there, you go on your social media account and you post something negative about their program. Just because. Anyway, moments later, there's a knock on your door and you're asked to leave. You're shocked and surprised. They tell you they monitor all their players and potential recruits' social media accounts. Cautionary tale number 4. Just a heads up, when I tell this story, many people wish they heard this sooner. So dating in high school, my students all know, my motto is no dating in high school. Focus on your goals, focus on your grades. But I digress. So you have a new boyfriend, at least in this example. You are so in love. The teenage boy of your dreams asks you to take a nude for him. Do not do this. Number 1, it's child pornography. It's a felony. But let's say for some reason you do. Now you and he both have child porn on your phone. You break up, and in my example, he has your nudes on his phone. Oh, and because he's a teenager who now hates you, he sells your photos to his friends for $5 a picture. And now you, he, and all of them have child porn on your phones. Oh, and let's talk about once a digital image is out there, it's everywhere, forever. You can't get it back. And one day you're in an interview or a relative looks up online and guess who's there? That's you. This example runs true for girls, boys, everybody. Once your digital image is out there, it's out there and it's really, really, really hard to get it back. And it's a felony. Cautionary tale number 5. Lastly, and probably the most scary, you are online with some friends and you end up making new friends online. This person seems really cool and they are having a party and they, for some reason, invite you, a person they don't know, to get a ride and come over to their place. Because you're new friends online, which you don't really know who they are because they're online, but whatever. Anyway, you get over there. And when you show up, you get this really weird gut feeling. And it's one guy, he's a little bit older than you thought he was, and there's way too many women there, and you don't know what's going on, but doesn't feel right. Oh yeah, and here you go, it's the middle of the night. Oh yeah, and your parents don't know where you are. Luckily, you listen to your gut, you and your friend figure out a way to get back home safely. And then when you walk in, your parents are there waiting for you, really upset, so they've just discovered you're missing. FYI, Orlando is number 3 in the nation for sex trafficking. So what's my point with all these stories? There are so many cautionary tales like this, and this is just like my thin slice. There used to be an old saying that said, if you didn't want it on the front page of the newspaper, don't write it down. Can you undo something you posted online? Maybe, sometimes, but isn't it better to make a sound choice in the first place? Yes, it is. Please be careful out there. Make good decisions.